you feeling stuck, overwhelmed, or like success is always just out of your reach? In this video, I'll share 5 powerful mindset shifts that will help you break through your limitations and truly level up. Before I start though, let me take a second to introduce myself. I am Stephanie Zima, and I help ambitious women break free from fear, self-doubt, and self-sabotage so they can unlock their full potential and thrive. I used to feel so overwhelmed, stuck, and frustrated with my life that I was constantly angry. Angry at my boss, angry at my children, angry at my husband, angry at my upline. And worse off, I felt so guilty about it because I knew it wasn't right to always lash out and be angry. When my mother got diagnosed with cancer, I realized very quickly just how short life can be and what would happen when it's out of the sudden done. That's when the Walk It Free mentorship movement got started. It was out of my own journey to take life by its horns, eliminate all the toxicity that's bombarding us, right? Body, mind, and soul, and go after every single thing that I've ever wanted. I am so crazy passionate about freeing as many women as I can with me because our kids all need a stable mother that is happy and healthy. Okay, so let's dive into those 5 powerful mindset shifts that will help you break through limitations and truly level up. So when I first started with my business, I struggled so hard. I cannot even tell you. I struggled with self-doubt and playing small, and all of that was really a big issue, right? I started in the cold market because I'm originally from Germany, and nobody seemed to be able to tell me anything about the cold market. People couldn't tell me how to get things done, right? My uplines were in the warm market. They weren't relating to what I needed, and it was just a big struggle. And of course, everyone in my vicinity was not really pleased with me starting an online business because I was supposed to be the stay-at-home mom. Well, I didn't want to be the stay-at-home mom. I love my children, but not to be rude, I really needed something extra for me. I needed some kind of an adult contact. I needed something that was mine, and building a business was one of the solutions that many people are actually starting. Like it's definitely something to have an extra paycheck, something for yourself that you created, can be very, very uplifting, especially when you are home with your children the whole time. So, but when I was stuck like that, I was holding on to a victim story. And one of that was the stories was 2 major thoughts that were stuck in my head and that just kept repeating. One was, no one cares about me or values me. And the other one was, I am alone. Okay. And you can imagine what those 2 thoughts actually did to me. The reason why I had these thoughts was my brain kept looking for cues, right? I felt alone. I felt not valued. And my brain just kept looking for cues that was actually the case. My upline quit right after I started, and poof, there was proof, right? My brain was like, oh, there you go. See, you are completely alone, completely and utterly alone. There is no one there that can help you. So I kept reiterating to myself, I kept proving that no one was doing anything. So those 2 thoughts, I'm alone and no one cares, kept solidifying in my brain. And that was my victim story. That is what I used as an excuse for me not being able to be successful, not knowing what to do because, again, no one cares for me, right? I mean, this was all, I'm sharing this very vulnerable with you so you can feel open up to me as well, because I know that so many of you are dealing with the same thing. So when you think about it, when you hold on to these kind of narratives, your business won't thrive because you are not going to take the action that is needed because you are letting yourself off the hook. Okay. So mindset really, really matters. It's the foundation of everything. If you do not have a successful mindset, if you are not having the right beliefs, if you don't have the right strategies to overcome these mindset obstacles, these victim stories that you're having in your brain, you are not going to succeed. Okay? Personal development is the reason that, or is a tool that will help you build a solid foundation to get your mind right into the action that you're needing to take. Okay, so when I'm talking about healing, when I'm talking about healing, walk it free, heal, connect, and level up, right? Healing part is this kind of stuff, is figuring out what is underneath the inaction, what is underneath the self-doubt, what is underneath the not being able to do something. Because once you attack those underneath stories, once you get through the fears and what's happening there, that's when you are starting to make progress. Okay, that's where you can start seeing change and transformation and letting go of the survival mode that so many of us are in. Our brain, with holding on to these victim stories, are keeping us in the survival mode of fight, flight, or freeze responses, and we are just not making any progress. So mindset matters very much. You cannot work a successful business if you're constantly afraid of being alone, right? Because when you think about it, if you are afraid of being alone, you are going to lead alone. You are going to be on the top just a little bit alone for a little while. You're not always alone. There's always going to be more people. There's also going to be new friends, people at that level. But there are periods of entrepreneurship where you are having to make decisions just on your own. So you've got to have some type of being comfortable to be by yourself and trusting your own self. Okay, so you have to, if you want to be successful, you're going to have to let go of these narratives and these things that are holding you back. Okay, so let's review the 5 top mindset shifts that every entrepreneur needs to make in addition to overcoming their own narratives. Okay, so you have your own stories that are holding you back that need to be addressed, but then there's also 5 mindset shifts that you need to do. So let's start. Number 1 mindset shift that needs to happen is actually from scarcity to abundance. Many people are thinking there's not enough money, there's not enough clients, there's not enough opportunities. But that is not true. That is a lie that your brain is telling you to keep you safe in what you know right now to be true. Okay? Believing in abundance and trusting that success is unlimited, that's the shift you need to make. You need to realize that when you look at social media alone, look in a Facebook group and just see whatever interest is yours. Like, let's say you are loving dogs and you are in a dog Facebook group of some sort, golden retrievers or golden doodles or whatever you want to look at, right? There's so many people there. There's so many people. You cannot even connect with all of those people that you find on social media. There's no limit to how many conversations you can have except for the limit that you set for yourself. Okay? So you need to shift out of there's not enough money, not enough clients, not enough opportunities, to the point that you realize just how many people are there on the online market. Now, I sometimes do that. I have conversations with my kids, for example, when we drive to a soccer place, right? And it's a few towns over. And we live in the Chicago area, and I keep telling them, like, just look around, be observant of your surroundings. Look at how many cars are standing in line over here. Look at how many cars are in this parking lot. Look at how many people are in this soccer community, right? In this soccer complex where we have tournaments. I'm like, just look how many people there are. And if you are in network marketing, for example, just look how little people you actually need to make some money. When you think about and see the surroundings and the amount of people, places, and you really start thinking, surely there's somebody that needs a new shampoo. Surely there's somebody that has some gut issues. Surely there's somebody that wants to have some better energy. Surely there's somebody who needs your Scentsy or your Tupperware or your Pampered Chef or anything what else you're selling, right? And if you're in real estate, surely there are people who are needing homes. So there's no shortage on people. It's just what you're focusing on and where your brain is going to try to keep you safe. So you need to let that go. So today, here's a practical tip to get that started. Start your day by listing 3 things that you already have proof that abundance exists in your life. So really kind of take a look. What is unlimited in your life, right? Where's abundance in your life? Really try to focus and identify it. Mindset shift number 2. From perfectionism to progress. So many people are waiting until everything is perfect before taking action. Now that's a big problem, okay? Because imperfect action and learning along the way is actually inspiring to people. See, when you are not necessarily perfect, it gives them opportunity to also not be perfect. If you are liking your opportunity, if you like your products, they will like it too. But if they're having the feeling that there's pressure, that there is something that they need to be perfect at, they are not likely going to do it. So it's really not a bad thing to be imperfect and just kind of being you. Just learn as you go. You're only needing to inspire somebody that is 6 months behind you, maybe, right? The version of you from 6 months ago, that would be the person that you would need to try to recruit or try to sell to. Because if it's too far off, if the shift is too far off, often, yes, you can learn information, but you're not really going to relate. Because if you're, for example, you're like trying to make your first $500,000 and someone is talking to you about making $1 million. Yeah, do we want to make $1 million? We do. But you know what? At the same time, your brain is going to be like, yeah, I'm not going to make $1 million if I can't even make $1,000. So you might want to listen to somebody that can say, you know what? I can show you how to make $500 consistently every single month. Okay. And let's do that first. And then the 500 turns into the 1,000, and then the 1,000 turns into 1,500 and 10,000 and so on and so forth. Your brain, if this gap is too big, your brain will not take the action. You will just not make the progress that you are looking to do. So you've got to take messy action. It's okay. Take messy actions. Figure out what can you do, what can you launch, what can you post, what can you create before you really feel ready, okay? Mindset shift number 3, from fear of failure to growth mindset. So many are just looking at the failure as a dead end. And I always see failure as a start, okay? Because when I'm failing, I'm like, that did not work. So how can I make it work? That was not great, didn't feel awesome. So how can I make that better? And it maybe takes some time. And if you're looking through my videos, it's a progress, right? Some videos are bad, some videos are better. And it's okay, because you're kind of just feeling your way through to what is authentically you, what feels great, what feels like you, and then you'll go with that. Every time you fail, write it down so that you can remember the lesson, okay? Because later on, you can teach that lesson. You can teach the lesson how not to make it, because now you have figured out how to do it, right? Yes. Okay. So mindset shift number 4, from employee thinking to a CEO thinking. Very, very important. Working in your business instead of on your business. So many people are not working the right way, even though they are a business owner. But that's normal, because people who are housewives, stay-at-home moms, who are now out of the sudden a business owner only because they bought a welcome pack, that's not really working this way, okay? You have to learn how to even be a business owner. What does that mean? What do I have to do? How to make all of that happen? There's so many moving components in there, and unless you have a very strong upline that can teach you exactly what to do when, it's really tough. And that is why so many people are actually quitting the online world, because you're being told that you buy a welcome pack and now you're a business owner. No, you have the opportunity to build a business. Okay, but that does not mean that now you have a business only because you bought some supplements or some shampoo or some Tupperware or some whatever. You have an opportunity to become a business owner, but you've got to work on figuring out how to do that and what you need to be doing. So thinking like a CEO, delegating, automating, and focusing on growth, those are all skills that need to be learned later on. You cannot in the beginning see, and this is, I was thinking in the very beginning, like, okay, what can I automate? What can I do? But you got to do the work first. You got to put in the reps. You got to do it yourself, because here's the thing. You cannot lead anybody until you know how to do it yourself first. Okay, because once you lead somebody, now you're not only responsible for yourself, you're also responsible for what they do. So you've got to pay attention to what you're doing and what they do. And that is why so many leaders that are ranking up actually are falling into management mode, because they're all of a sudden forgetting what they need to be doing, because they're focused on their team members and trying to get them to do the things, but they're forgetting that they need to be the champion first. You've got to put in the action all the time and see, just like with my kids, for example, okay? They don't learn by me telling them what to do. They learn by me showing them what to do, okay? If I show them what to do, that's what they are going to do too, all right? And actually, I will, never mind, my brain just went off. All right, I'm not going to share that. I'm not going to share that just yet. I'm going to share that later, so stay tuned. If that worked. I just had an idea. All right, so the practical steps for you for shifting number 4 would be to start outsourcing small tasks. Okay, so instead of like hiring out like a VA right away or doing all that stuff, try to outsource vacuuming to your children, okay, while you're doing your business. Try to say, hey, you load the dishwasher while I'm doing something else. Stick within your family first, and then later on you can hire your VA that then outsources, takes other things. But you've got to learn the systems first. You got to put in your systems. You got to know what to do when, how to focus when, how to do it, and then you can teach someone else to do it. Make sense? Okay. All right. Mindset shift number 5, from short-term hustle to long-term vision. So many people are chasing the quick wins, okay, low-hanging fruit, as they also say. But that is not helpful, okay? It's not creating sustainable business. So when someone starts out first in your downline, yes, you want to go for core rank. Yes, you want to make that all happen for them. You want to get them a quick paycheck. Why? Not because this is how they're going to build business, just for them to see that it's possible. Okay, it's building belief. It's for them to build belief. That does not make them a business owner. It does not make them a business builder. You've got to understand that, because once they start, okay, now once they have the first quick win, now comes the actually putting in the work. And that is where mindset really matters. Like, are they able to put in work before they get paid? Because that's really what it is, right? Do they have strong enough of a belief? Do they have strong enough of a vision to continue to work even though they don't see a paycheck right away? That's the key, okay? That is where the key is. And it's your job as a leader to help them actually keep that belief and keep the motivation to keep going. You can do that by focusing on legacy and impact and long-term success, right? What's your vision? What's your future? What do you want to create? Don't only focus on the quick wins, because that is not necessarily going to happen. If you want to build something solid, you're going to have to invest time and effort a little bit into it to have it solid. So ask yourself daily, will this action, whatever it is you're doing, bring me closer to my 5-year vision? Okay, not your one day or 30-day, your 5-year vision. Okay, so in conclusion, you guys, let's recap those 5 shifts. Remember, shifting the mindset is absolutely key to leveling up in your business. And I want to know right now in the comments, drop it in the comments, which one of those 5 actually resonated with you the most? What are some of the repeating thoughts that you are having in your head? And what do you need to heal before you can overcome those challenges? I really want to know. Drop me a note. Subscribe. Also, do not forget to subscribe, please. And if you are serious about leveling up, what I want you to know is check out my mentorship program. Because here's the thing. Many entrepreneurs have some shame and some fears and some guilt that you don't necessarily want to spread out there on social media. You do want to have money, you do want to create a business, right? All these things we want to create, but at the same time, we are not really looking forward to, airing our dirty laundry, right? This mentorship program will give you an opportunity to not only know all these different pieces that you need to succeed in a cold market, that you need to create a business, but you will actually also be able to have the 30 minutes one-on-one with me where we can talk about your personal fears to heal where it's coming from. We can connect with your personal authenticity. It's hard to do by yourself if you don't know what to do, okay? We can connect with your authenticity. We can connect with your ideal audience. What feels right? How is this all going to work? We can build your brand, and then we can together create a plan to level up where you are actually going to know exactly, customized to you, what it is that you want to be doing next. Because so many of you are trying to build this huge thing too fast, you see no results, you lose motivation, you quit. But remember, you have to have this 5-year plan. But how are you going to keep motivation for a 5-year plan? You're going to have to keep motivation through having a purpose, a movement of some sort. See, I will never lose my mission because there's so many women that I need to help feel better. There's so many kids that are actually suffering because their moms are depressed and feeling anxious and feeling stuck in relationships that they shouldn't be stuck in because they can't create an income, because they can't sustain themselves, right? They don't have options in their current job. When I know that I have tools, that I have abilities to teach people how to create an online business in whatever company they're in, I just need those people that are willing to do it. I will never stop looking for you because that's just so important to me. And if you create a purpose like that for you, you are not going to stop either. You are going to jump out of bed, and the first thing you do is you fiery passionate for your business. That's why when I work, it never feels like work. It doesn't. I have actually a lot of fun doing the things that I do. And some people look at me and they're like crazy, they're crazy. They're like, you have something to do all the time. Your schedule is always full. And I'm like, yes, and I love it that way. Okay, because I love what I do. I love creating purpose and impact and helping people. That's what I love to do. That's who I am at the core. And that is what makes work fun. And that is what I want for you. Okay, if you don't really know where you are and what needs to happen, there is a breakthrough blueprint questionnaire that you can do today. It's a quiz and it's fun. So do the quiz and figure out where you are at and what your next step is going to be. And if you think you could benefit from this mentorship program where we are talking together one-on-one on all the things that you want to do, feel free to comment mentorship below or check out my link somewhere too. It should be in the description box, hopefully. And, let's enroll and get it done. All right. You are worth it. You should walk it free, and you should get after every single thing that you want in your life.